start with the fact that I keep saying your team name incorrectly.
Yeah, I saw that on the live.
Oh my gosh. And today I was trying to say it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just didn't work out for me either. So
Oh, that's funny.
I know, right? Tell me how to say the team name.
It's Protective Force International.
Why can't I? Because I keep wanting to say protection.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what you said.
And I'm like, well, that's not it. We know that's not it. And that is yet what I keep saying. So Protective Force International.
Yeah.
And now you have been a team captain before.
Yes, with all of the, actually with all the teams that I've ever evolved, I've been a team captain.
You are the captain. But this is the first year with Protective Force International.
It is.
It is. And was it hard to talk them into being a team?
No, honestly, it just took one phone call.
So they get it. They're in it to win it as well then, yes?
Yes, and just overall, the company is very involved in the community. We believe in community first. So it wasn't hard to get them on board or anything. They fell in love with the cause and then the story behind it. So,
and I'm excited because I like, you know me, I'm a typical female. I like a man in uniform. Don't misunderstand me. Who doesn't, right?
yeah.
Although I think it's more of it just looks sharp scenario. You know what I mean? Like they look well put together.
Right.
And it's not just because it's a uniform.
Right. Well, and our team, it prides itself as well. So they're always looking sharp. Gear, there's a certain way that they put it together and how they present it. And it's good because then it represents the company to the highest standards.
Yeah, exactly. Which you were telling me you guys have grown exponentially, right? In the last year, was
Correct.
it?
Yeah, in the last year, what it takes most companies to be where we're at, anywhere 5 to 10 years, is taking us about 2 years at the most.
Wow. See, yeah, that's amazing. But that's probably also because of your commitment to community too, right? It's great
Absolutely.
to be great at what you do.
Yes.
And you have to be really good at what you do. But you guys do participate in a lot of different things.
We do, and we try to diversify it as well to be able to help in all areas, not just one area. We get involved with Metro. We get involved with, we're working on our relationship with Ronald McDonald's. We have the Shade Tree relationship as well that we've worked at in the past, and now with Susan G. Komen.
And our goal is to end breast cancer forever, and eventually we won't need to be an organization. That would be, I know it's weird. I'm working myself out of a job, but I'd rather not have breast cancer, right? I mean,
there's certain causes that are good to eliminate jobs for, right?
Exactly. So tell me, if you will, how you got started with Susan G. Komen. Like, why did you start doing teams?
So I moved out here with my mother and my siblings about 15, 16 years ago. And at the transition time, we had no medical insurance. We didn't even have jobs to begin with. And my mom started having an issue where she was releasing, from her breast, and we got scared. It was my only parent. I've lost my father when I was 15, so he was 43 at the time. And I resorted to Susan G. Komen, and they were very helpful. They recommended us to a specific doctor. They ended up not even charging us, and they covered the cost and everything. And that to me meant the world, because of us acting in time and everything. My mom was diagnosed. It was just an infection, but had we left it and not treated it or anything, it could have been a lot worse than that.
Right.
The community was very welcoming, and everything that we received, nothing was asked in return. It was just to help the community. And I know that in the Latino community, we're probably one of the ones with the highest risk, more uneducated from what I've learned through Susan G. Komen.
Right.
So to me, that it was like a mission. You know what? I have to be able to give back to my community and to my own people the education that they need to ensure that we catch it on time. And a couple of years ago, to be honest, I experienced myself. I found a lump on one of my breasts, and I was scared. I was really scared. I was crying, and it was a couple of days before Race for the Cure at the time.
Right.
And I went to go pick up the team package for the company that I was working at the time, and I was crying in the restroom. I was just very emotional at the time, because when you're hit with such a impactful situation, you
Yeah.
don't know like how to react, or you don't know how you are going to react.
Right.
And I found myself with another. She was older, and she asked me why I was crying, and I shared my experience with her, and she hugged me and she said, "I'm a stage 4 breast cancer survivor." She goes, "It's gonna be okay." And I just like wept in her arms, and I finally cleaned myself up, and I went to go pick up the team package, and I had an appointment the following Tuesday. And I prayed. I just prayed so much. I have such a big faith in myself, and I prayed so much. They required me to do an ultrasound, because when you're younger, the tissue is denser, so a mammogram won't necessarily capture everything. So they asked me to do an ultrasound, and I went, and then the doctor, right away says like, "What were you talking about?" He even checked the other breast. He's like, "Maybe you confused it." And usually they don't tell you anything.
Right.
But they were like, "What are we looking for?" Because there's nothing in any parameter. So he double checked and took screenshots of both. And I got a letter in the mail saying that they couldn't even find a lump or anything. But it takes me back to, again, the community that you guys provide at Susan G. Komen. It's that, it's going to be okay. Like, regardless of your result, it's going to be okay.
It's going to
Or
be
that
okay.
sense of hope. Maybe I
Yes.
just needed a little bit of hope to say it's going to be okay. And if it's not going to be okay, then I have a whole community that I can go back for support, for moral support, for emotional support, for whatever it is, right? But I still remain here because I have a thank you forever. I'm not going anywhere. And I look forward to the day that, I can fundraise even more than I have been able to.
Oh my gosh.
Contribute more, because it's one of those things that you cannot, there's not enough money that I'll ever fundraise in my lifetime to be grateful and thankful for Susan G. Komen in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh. That's actually the nicest thing I've heard about Komen in a long time. So I appreciate that. So I appreciate everything you have fundraised. I went back and looked. You've been consistently in my top 5 teams.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's been awesome. So I'm really looking forward to this one, because this is a whole new group of people for you, isn't it? And you're going to get to inspire them. I'm actually really excited. Now, you and I discussed your team being in the Talent for the Cure. Have you talked to them? Are you going to do it?
Yes, it's funny. Right after our lunch, I called our chief of operations, and he was like, he's like, "We're in."
Oh my gosh, I don't think you understand how excited I am about this. So
I was the same. I was just like, I was jumping up and down. I was like, yes.
I think it'll be awesome.
Excited. I have the Susan G. Komen windbreaker from last year, because of how much I was able to fundraise.
Yeah.
And I use it all the time. I used it in San Diego. I go running with it all the time. I absolutely adore the jacket.
I love just how much effort, and even though it's not a lot of effort for you, it's so appreciated that you even spend even a little tiny bit of time on us. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I love your team, and I am so excited, especially for the 26th, when we see how that all pans out and having the whole team present, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm excited, and I know that everyone's on board. Everyone looks forward to being a part of the community, and especially there's the community of Las Vegas, and then there's that small, Susan G. Komen community, and it's not small, but the niche of
Yeah.
Susan G. Komen. So we're excited to be part of it. I even have my nails that are pink.
Look at you. Look, mine are a mess. We're not even going to talk about it right now. But okay,
So
now
we're
just to
excited.
make sure I get this correct, Protective Force International,
Correct.
go team. And that's actually the name of the company too, though, isn't it?
Yes, Protective
Okay,
National. And we look
excellent.
forward as well to being able to do the women's situational awareness seminars
Right.
with you guys again. So I look forward to setting that up in the next upcoming weeks, so that we
Yeah.
can continue to be a resource to the Susan G community.
Man, your team rocks, my friend. Can I do that? Can I do the I'll do the I love you. How's that? That's
There
better.
you go. We love you too.
I love it. You rock, my friend. Thank you so much. And we will, just a reminder, we are doing a kickoff on July 16th in the evening, but it's literally going to be a Zoom event. I'm sending out the invitation now. You'll probably get it in a few minutes. And you and your team are invited, and it's bring your own adult beverage to the Zoom call. Don't be drunk, but actually, I know you're.
I'll bring my own water.
Yeah, so see, I know you're a health person, so you do a lot of really healthy things. So I'm pretty sure I don't have to worry about you at all.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much for having me today, and I'm excited to be an impact now with Protective Force International and the partnership that we're going to have with Susan G. Komen, Nevada.
Yep.
And we look forward to being one of the top 5 teams again, if not one. And we definitely accept the challenge of fundraising $5,000.
Yay! You're going to be one of my $5,000 teams. I know it. I can feel it. I love it.
Absolutely.